Hello, this is Bukunzi Matamani, publisher at Natural Hair Weekly. In January, I got a chance to sit down and interview the creators of the eponymously named Andre Walker hairline. Andre Walker is typically known for being an award-winning hairstylist and, of course, arguably his most famous client you may have heard of, Oprah Winfrey. Dianne Hudson, the co-creator of the Andre Walker hairline, is a tour de force in her own right. Producer, philanthropist, and special executive producer on the Oprah Winfrey Show for over 20 years. We met on a beautiful sunny morning poolside at the luxurious surroundings of the Beverly Hilton in Los Angeles. It was a pleasure speaking to these dynamic and inspiring trailblazers. Here, they discuss motivations, natural hair, and what exactly makes them tick.
Well, we wanted to create something that was easy to use and also very healthy for your hair, because there weren't a lot of products around that specifically for highly textured hair like types 3 and 4. So I found myself as a stylist mixing products constantly to achieve a certain outcome, and I wasn't always successful with doing that. So I thought that I could create something that could be easy to use, because if you go into most people's homes, there's like 15 different products in the bathroom because they're testing things and trying things together. So I thought, let's just make something really simple for people to use, and that's really where it started.
Yeah, and for me as a woman and Andre's friend who watched him for like 25 years, mixing things like he said, I saw that he knew how to do it. He knew what worked, and I wanted to be able to get results like he's able to get. And so I started pushing. Once Andre was still doing Oprah's hair, and I had retired from television, so I had time. I was like, Andre, why don't we just start working on some formulas, get it going, and then we'll see what happens from there. And sure enough, it took us almost 2 years to develop the gold system and get it perfect, because this is a perfectionist and I am too. And so 2 years later I said, okay, we have this perfect system, so now we have to sell it, we have to market it.
But another reason we wanted it to be simple to use too, because me, even as a hairstylist, there's so many products out there, I didn't even understand how to use them. I didn't know the benefits of them either. So you have all this stuff coming at you, and you're like, what is that good for? Am I using too much protein? Am I using too much moisture? Mm-hmm. So we wanted to just simplify all of that for people. We want to create things. We don't want to have something that's already available. So we have ideas, and we've been testing different styling products.
And also for those of us, who like more of a natural look, what we're finding is, a lot of people are looking for natural ingredients, like all natural. And I think that's fine, but the truth is, just like with our bodies, where if we just said, oh, I never use science, I only use nature. Okay, well, when you get certain conditions, you look to science. Really, if you want the best hair, to me, in the 21st century, it's a combination of science and nature. You put them together and you can have the optimum health. So natural hair, I think, doesn't mean, you have to use only natural products, just like you can be, a natural living person and still make use of technology and science. So when we develop, like we're looking at curl refreshers and conditioners and preconditioners, there's so much that's being developed technologically that uses natural products but delivers it into the hair using technology. And so we want to really be at the forefront of that, and I think people will be amazed at the results that can happen.
One of the things I love about this industry is there's always somewhere to learn. And so learning about different hair techniques or products, how to use things differently, or even teaching other stylists, or just not just stylists, people in general. That's one thing I really enjoy doing, is just teaching.
For me, it's it is like a second career, and it's just really exciting. Learning, I feel like we have the connections, and the interest to look into what's new and present that to people. And that's just really exciting. So every time we talk to a lab or to a chemist and they are testing new stuff, and then, we test it, we kind of test on me first. I'm like the guinea pig. And then we, give it to friends and we do our testing. It's a really exciting process. So there will be more, lots more coming.
To know that you're in it for the right reasons, first of all, because there's so many stylists now that want to be a celebrity hairstylist, and just to be able to mingle with celebrities and not for the real passion of being a real hairstylist. So, just make sure you have that passion and that you are totally interested in it, and then the success comes after that. I wish it had come earlier. People are now embracing their hair textures more so than ever. I just wish it would have happened before the lie relaxer, when people were burning their scalps out and the hair out. And we've learned also that there's a lot of versatility with natural hair. It doesn't have to be chemically straightened, to be manageable or beautiful. You can straighten your hair without chemicals now as well. So I'm just glad people think about it differently too. So the millennials haven't been faced with some of the things that our generation, our parents, were faced with. Your hair is bad. You need to straighten it out.
Couldn't get a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't hire you looking like that.
So now it's part of who you are, and we realize that, and other people realize it also, and accept it.
Yeah. You know what I like to say? It's the first time, back in the 60s, 70s, when we had the, kind of Black Power and Angela Davis, natural, that was a revolution. It really was a statement, a kind of a protest, Black Power statement. This I see as an evolution. So, you had a revolution, and then this is an evolution, and evolution doesn't reverse. That movement was over, and then we went back to straightening, okay, I need a job. Right. But this is so powerful because it's organic. It is a change in self-esteem. It is, you will accept me because I accept myself. Really, when you don't accept yourself, other people really don't have a reason to accept you. So this is here to stay, and it's powerful, and it's beautiful, and that's one reason that we're in business, to help empower and maintain that evolution, really. A lot of stylists, and Andre can speak to this, is what are they learning in school when they're in beauty school? And I think, to me, when I talk to stylists, it's like maybe they went to school 10, 15, 20 years ago, maybe last year, but what is the course structure there as it relates to what's actually happening in the real world with hair? Are they learning more about texture and textured hair and how to take care of it? Or are they just kind of shifting on their own because that's where the business is? So education is always at the root of knowing what you're doing.
Yeah, and and I don't believe that the schools are teaching students how to do natural hair, care for natural hair, and style it either. So I think it's the sort of thing that comes with experience too. So one way you can look at a stylist is to look at their body of work and see what they've done. And we live in a society now where everybody's posting all of their work, what they're doing all the time. So that shouldn't be a difficult thing to do. But I don't think we are at the point yet where there is a place you can go and learn the education, get the education. It's like there are very few natural hair salons, and it's because people don't know how to do it. They're teaching themselves and they're learning it. So, and we're watching YouTube videos trying to learn as well. So.
And that's hard to judge, who made that video, who is that? So, it's the beginning, and I think it's going to get better, and the education piece will come, and that's a big part of what we do as well, is educate the consumer, but many stylists see Andre as the stylist, so they come to him looking to learn, and some of what we've talked about is having some advanced education classes for stylists.
Right.
Yeah, because this is the man who could teach it, and we got to get you
get me in the classroom.
Get you back in the classroom. Yeah.
Born a Crime. I'm drawing a blank now. The comedian from South Africa, what's his name? Trevor Noah.
Trevor,
yes.
yeah.
Born a Crime. That is an amazing book. Amazing book. That was the last book I read.
Mine was not fun. It was the Underground Railroad, and and that got all kind of, I think, the National Book Award. But it took me about 3 weeks because it was so traumatic. Like, I'd read a chapter about, a slave being abused or, some of the things, and I had to put it down because I couldn't sleep at night. But it's an amazing book, Underground Railroad.
Your work is your religion, or your work should be your religion. And that's how I've been able to do as well as I've been able to do, in a business for 30 years, because it's been my religion. It's what I believe in, and it's what I do.
Yeah, mine is, I actually have in my phone and notes, I have all my favorite sayings if I hear one, so I'll just pick one for today, and it's actually Dr. Phil saying, "Life rewards action." I just think that says it all for me right now. Fences. Mine is fences. Fences.
Fences, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. That one was hard for me. I live in Miami, and so I'm just going to say almost any restaurant in Miami. As long as it's in Miami, I'm happy.
Probably any great Asian restaurant. I love Asian food.
Yeah. Oh, for me, it's the Gold System. I have to have. Keep my hair. My beautiful kinks. I have to have
my beautiful curls.
Yeah, beautiful kinks and beautiful curls must have. What else would we say?